Welcome back. My name is Thomas. I'm here with Allison, David, and Diamond. We are playing GameBreakers, A Bard's Tale, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. And we are right in the thick of it. The team is in a battle between Fomorians and Treants over the fate of Gloomhollow in the Feywild. Everything's crazy. Go watch previous episodes for the setups. But the next thing that happens, as most of the team within the time warp is standing in a patch of scorched earth, you also realize that you could feel that the pain you were feeling fed something else. And it looks like it was probably Baelor. The plants around you are all dead, and it looks like Snailroot took a much harder hit from that than you did. The next thing that happens as you're standing in that patch of death is you see in the Archfey's heart beating at the center a shimmering gossamer ephemeral rapier pierces through the thing, and you see that its beats get erratic for a second and then stop. It ceases to glow. It turns into cast iron and drops to the ground, and there is no difference in time between the inside and the outside. Everybody inside the bubble needs to make me a intelligence check to attempt to reorient themselves.
Same.
Baelor seems as surprised as anybody, by the way, by this turn of events.
13.
And Stan? Oh, Stan's outside the bubble. He's fine. Lovelace?
All right. 19.
All right. Lovelace is the only one inside the bubble, including Snailroot and Baelor, who are not stunned for one round. So your ride is cool. Everybody else, like, something awful just happened and time just shifted, and now, like, everything is different, and your brain is having a hard time matching sensory input.
Does she have time to do something?
Well, we are now at the top of the initiative. So, yes, it is ClickClack and Lovelace. ClickClack, you get to make a save for me. At the end of your turn, Lovelace will get to do things.
Okay, gotcha. This another intelligence?
Yes.
21.
All right, so you pretty quickly reorient yourself. You have the clicks and the clacks hanging from you, and time is something you can wrap your mind around. It's just math.
For Lovelace's turn, she's going to fire her mortar launcher at Eyeboy.
Okay.
It's been a while. I forget what we did for that roll.
It is a ranged attack.
So just a dexter.
Yeah. Is this you're using your fiery ammo?
I wouldn't have put fire in it with so many trees around, so it's acid.
Okay. You had several acid flasks. All right.
Acid doesn't spread like fire. A 20. Unnatural 20.
Right against the plates around his neck and clavicle.
Mm-hmm. Now I look up what acid does.
D6.
Oh, there you go.
But it does it for 2 rounds.
Right.
You can just roll both of those now so we don't forget.
2d6. 7 damage.
Does not seem resistant to that form of damage. Just like as you've been feathering with arrows and doing other things, like you've seen most types of damage haven't done as much. Acid didn't seem to have a problem with that.
Wish I had more of it.
Man. Stan, you've never seen such a frustrated group of giants as the ones trying to bat you off of the creature, the giant bullet. They just fail miserably. Every last one. Like you get contact sometimes, but there's no damage. Your armor just absorbs it and passes it through. You get like kind of ting, ting, ting. None of them managed to hit the bullet, tragically for you. The trees, however, do not suffer such a simple fate. And there are more of them piling on at every turn. They continue to just stream out of the mist. Ranks of them just piling into that one spot, pushing forward. And Stan, you're now in, a rock and a hard place.
Nah.
The trees continue to hold, though. They are resistant to the damage being put out from it, aside from that awful thing that's crunching on them at the center of their line from below. They're still holding. Snailroot has to heal himself. He spends a spell slot on a very large healing spell. He gains 80 hit points back. She took a lot of damage from that eye. And he can't disengage. At this point, he actually is going to go. He's going to draw the attack of opportunity, which is going to hit. All right, Baylor gets a swing in with that whip, and it catches some wood, and you see it seem to, just. The thing is not like leather; it's clearly like some creature's tentacle.
Did he break the grapple?
Oh, restrained means no reactions? You're right.
Restrain means no reactions and disadvantage on all attacks.
Ah. Still
He's had a
hits.
snake wrapped around him since before the break.
Yes, still hits. No change on that, even with disadvantage. Struana.
I thought I'm frozen this turn.
End of your turn. Go ahead and make an intelligence save.
6.
Bless. Oh, that's not gonna. Never mind. You're not blessed anyway. You do have inspiration, but I don't. Yeah. So that's
Not worth
Struana's turn.
spending on that. Yeah.
You remain stunned.
All that white noise caught up with her prefrontal cortex, and she just can't function for a minute.
The trees work really hard. All the ones that are around the boulette actively wrap themselves around its legs and try to root it into place. And working together, they do okay. The boulette seems restrained. It is still making snaps and things, but as they were ordered by Snailroot at your tactics discussion, first and foremost, that thing was to get locked down, and they seem to have done so. The pile of giants is weathering their blows pretty easily, though. Stan, still holding on to the bridle.
Mm-hmm. You know, technically, if something's touching me while I'm wielding my hammer, it does 1d10 fire damage. Does that count while I'm sitting in this saddle?
I think if it makes an attack.
Okay.
Like if it attacks you with... Oh, even if it misses, huh? Oh, man. Those giants are just sucking. They're mad about taking damage. There's fire leaping around you. I forgot all about that. You do retributive damage. Are you carrying Bordanor's shield? Is that the shield you're using? Because if so, they're taking a lot of backlash damage.
You know, I don't think I had specifically said that I was, so I don't think I am.
Okay. So, so and that's 2d10, right?
I have 1d10 for fire damage.
Okay.
For touching or hitting me while I wield it.
Okay. I will keep track of that, if you don't mind if we average it to keep up the speed. But yes, that's happening. It's not the beast hasn't gotten it yet, but all the giants that are trying to bat you around are paying for it.
And these trees have pinned it in place, right?
Yes. It is restrained.
So as a free action, I'm gonna say the magic words and activate my armor. Okay.
Hezrig's seal is lit up like a bat signal in the fog.
And that was... And then, still in the saddle, I'm going to start beating the hammer on this monstrosity.
Okay.
$22 hit. 17.
You are still blessed?
Yeah. You want me to roll those? Is that necessary?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for that first one, it's 23 total. The second one, it's 18 total.
The first one hits. They're just like the hide is tough and studded with knobs of bony calcites under the skin. But the first shot, you managed to hit it in between, in one of the softer bits.
Sweet. Sweet, soft bits. So, 8 fire damage.
All right.
And then Larry still, I don't have an icon, I don't have a token for him, but he's right here.
Yeah.
He does a hoof attack at this.
Okay.
Come on. 22 to hit. Pretty sure that hits that.
Yes.
28 damage. I must have sharpened his hooves recently.
Ouch. That one is near, like it is on its last legs. Like it is staggering. Its friends are kind of keeping it up.
And
bonus actions? Anything else? All right. Baylor. Misty Step is 30 feet, isn't it? Rats. It will Misty Step. It's had about enough of that arrow bullshit. It Misty Steps directly in front of you and is taking a shot at ClickClack with the whip.
Like a fucking coward.
I take it back. It's right there.
That Guardian of Faith smack him any?
Yes. He does enter. Guardian of Faith does not make the save.
20.
Yep.
Radiant
damage beats along his back. As with two hands, he slings the whip at ClickClack for a 17. How's a 17?
Excellent question. Nope.
Checking. And a second strike at Snail Root. And that does hit.
This guy's starting to annoy me.
All right, this whipping across and back and forth over the battlefield. That is not a bonus action. Okay. Then that is Balar's turn. We are back to the top of the round with ClickClack.
Does he still got a snake wrapped around him?
Misty stepped out of the snake.
Again?
Yep.
Did I get another intelligence check at the bottom of that round?
You did. That was the first round that you had gotten a chance to do it. So no, you haven't. Nope. We're back to the top of the second round.
Fine. Am I in melee with him?
No. Lovelace could be because she has reach. He is 10 feet away. He is in melee with you. Let me put it that way. He's 10 feet away, but still able to hit you.
But I'm not at a penalty for firing a ranged weapon.
You are in melee. But no, there's no penalty for that, right? Right. Or is there?
I thought there was. I don't know.
Well, at least until we look up the rule. Last time we discovered that Stan couldn't stack potions. This time for the giant fight, we'll have a new rule to look up afterward. But for now, yeah.
I break concentration to maintain the snake, and it poofs away.
Okay.
And I do that to Hunter's Mark. What's his face?
Halo.
Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry we don't remember any of these names. I know work is into naming these things, and we're all just like, the guy!
I plucked this one right out of Irish literature. This is from the actual legends of Fomorians. So I don't feel bad if you don't actually remember Gaelic history. Gaelic.
Frankly, that's where that seems so familiar. Now I get it.
Right.
23 to hit.
On Baylor? Yes. That is a hit on Baylor.
Okay. Too many damage things to keep straight in my head. Oh, that was terrible. Only 30 damage.
Time for some physical dice, mate.
Yeah, but...
It's all random. In response, or is that the end of your turn?
That's one of 2 attacks.
Okay, go for it.
Second one misses.
Okay. As a legendary action, at the end of its turn, one of the eyes nearby where that one stuck under its ribcage opens up and looks right at you, ClickClack. Can I get a charisma save?
I'm great at those. So charming. $17.
17 is enough to take half damage. So that will be 14 psychic. It stares directly into the most awful parts of your childhood, and
Yeah, way more specific.
Yeah.
nah, it's not that kind of show.
He's within 10 feet, right?
Yes.
Can Lovelace get her reaction attack?
It's not an attack against you. It is a save effect.
He just looked at me, right?
Yep.
Well, that's cheating.
All right, that's the end of ClickClack turn.
Yeah.
The giants continue the pile. Stan will receive
3.
several attempts. One actually makes contact. All of them are beset by flames. You are just going off like a Roman candle. It's just like tongues of flame leaping out across the distance to each giant that offends you, and you're invulnerable, and they don't really know that, so none of it matters. Even the one that gets a crit was just like waiting for it. Whoop-ow! Aww.
Come at me, bro.
And then gets a bolt of flame to the face.
Aww.
Oh man! This is not the first evil twisted giant to have exactly that reaction, if I remember right. A lot of flashbacks to you guys at another massive battle. That will end their turn. The trees are they're in bad shape. They've been going without heals for a minute, and most of their strategy involved that time warp and a healer constantly streaming out hit points. It's no longer the case, and they're having a trouble keeping up with the numbers. Stan, what do you do?
What are they taking the most damage from right now? Just all these giants that are...
The ones, well, oh, you know what? I forgot to have the critter go. It is going to take a shot at you at disadvantage and fail.
And burn.
And burn just makes it matter. So the thing that was doing the most damage is now focused on you. Like that thing was breaking their lines for a second, and now it's having trouble. The center line, like really right where you are, is the place with the most pressure, and those trees have took the brunt of that bullet for a second.
All right. I remain in the saddle and wait for roll 20. There we go. And to hit this creature. So 30 to hit on the first one, and 18. Oh god, 18 plus, so 22 total.
Okay.
So that's with my hammer.
And that is on the boulette?
Yeah, that's the thing that's pinned, correct?
Yeah.
Bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have advantage on that attack. Did you take it?
Nope.
You should.
Yeah. Nope, it was worse.
Alright, so you got what total?
30 on the first one and 22 on the second.
The first one hits. The second one, you impact on one of those bony knobs and just can't get anything.
All right, and I'm going to activate Divine Smite as I come in for and connect with this.
All right, I had a feeling that was coming.
Because you know what doesn't take concentration? Divine Smite.
That's true.
And I'm going to use. How healthy does it look, by the way?
It's in great shape.
I'm going to use a
It's
third
loving
slot.
this.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
It's 4d8 damage. Oh wait, should -3 from that. I did the numbers wrong. So 22
Okay.
damage.
It noticed that. It was peripherally aware of something buzzing behind its ear, but now it bit it.
Is it technically a fiend?
No, it is not fiendish. It is fey.
That's okay, so one of my attacks hits, and then Lawrence is going to attack this thing too.
Okay.
Combine our
Focus fire.
focus fire. Yeah. Move attack. 24 to hit.
That is a hit. Even without bless.
Even without bless.
Lawrence Elk strikes again.
16 damage.
I don't know if the players or the audience at home has made the Lawrence Elk pun. Anybody? No? The Lawrence Welk show? Lawrence Elk. Anyway.
I didn't even get that one.
No, you did it on accident? Oh my god, that's amazing.
David, you're muted.
David's muted.
Thomas, I suggested Lawrence because of Lawrence Welk.
Oh, well played.
There's this really obvious. Of course, David got it. David got it. Of course, David got it.
Yeah,
Right, that
David
was why.
pitched it.
Okay, so that was Stan's smite. Anything else, Stan?
You know what? Yeah. Only one thing. I only rolled the smite damage. I didn't roll the actual hammer damage. So let me roll that. Like I know, I was like, it seems like there wasn't enough murder there.
We need more murder.
All right, just one more d8. But I rolled max, so 8 more damage.
All right. I'm just not thrilled about anything that's happening back there.
And that's my turn.
All right. It should also be noted on the tree's turn as Stan was going. The trees from the other side are starting to close from behind and tighten the noose. Baylor is going to take a double move and become mounted. as a bonus action. He will.
Kicking me out of the saddle?
He doesn't care that you're in the saddle.
Power play.
So you can occupy like the disparity enough, like you're able to occupy the space, and obviously you don't take any damage. But unless you'd like to dodge out of the way, you're probably going to get restrained as he sits his giant, horrible ass. Right.
He takes 1d10 damage.
For purposes of this, I would call that an attack. Okay, fine. So, Stan, are you going to try and dart out of the way on that?
No.
Okay. That is his entire turn. He mounts the beast.
Good.
And then the creature attempts to once again, emboldened by its rider. Now it has some direction besides flail and be horrible. It attempts to break the grasp of the trees and overwhelms them. Oh, they have teamwork. And overwhelms them. They rolled the same. So attempts to break their grasp and does, and just kind of whips itself. One of the trees falls off to one side. All of them are sort of pushed from where they've been grabbing onto it, and the creature is now free of restraint. At the end of the creature's action, as a legendary action, this asshole fires out an Eldritch Blast at ClickClack. It remains unimpressed by... Oh, God! To no avail. Like, you see... just there's a moment where, like, you see a screaming, tortured face rolling your direction, spiraling towards you, but you realize it's like it's terrifying for a second, but then as it comes closer, you're like, that is way up and to the right. There's no chance that's going to connect. Dexterity, not his strong suit. Unless a 13 hits you. I don't think it does. No, I didn't imagine for a second that happened. ClickClack, you're up.
This fucking guy. He's mounted and trying to leave.
He has regained his mount. He's still embroiled in combat.
Uh-huh. For my turn, I'm just shooting the rider twice again.
Okay.
First attack is a 20.
You are blessed.
Oh, right. 21.
It's a plus 1d4, not...
Oh. Ah.
Advantage is such a common system, I know.
Yeah. 1d4. So 24.
That will hit.
Is he fighting anybody right now?
Not currently engaged in melee.
Not currently?
No.
That's fine. 33 damage. Second attack. A 19 to hit.
That one just shatters on an armored plate.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That was my turn. For Lovelace's turn, she's gonna run up and try to grapple the land shark.
I love this visual.
Mm-hmm. A mad scuttle towards with her metal-clad claw reaching out and grabbing him. How about that? Okay.
Struana, you have the option to bail. As a free action, you can just bail off as Lovelace is charging the topic of your worst nightmares. I'll give you a free action to just nope.
Nope, I'm staying on.
You're in it to win it. All right. Just grits your teeth and bears down. It's like, oh, you know what you're doing, Lovelace.
Just let me know when I can do something again, because I got a plan.
I like plans.
That was a 14.
You like destroying plans, you liar.
Couldn't destroy them if they didn't have. That was a 14 to hit.
Yeah.
Just skitters off of hard, toughened hide.
Yeah.
You can see up close that this thing has been routinely cut to create scar tissue to further enhance its durability.
Oh, man. Don't be that guy.
Well, it helps you not feel bad about killing him, doesn't it?
Yeah. Since the guy is on top of the mount, how close is he to Lovelace?
He's about 40 feet up.
Okay. So we moved like fucking here. Okay.
About 30. About 30.
Same
problem.
Carry on.
All right, that is the end of ClickClack. The giants. You speak giant, ClickClack, right?
Yes.
Okay, they are. Balar is shouting orders. The Vicomte is dead. Kill the second in command, pointing at Snailroot, and then we take the prize. And they surge forward. They're pulling up. They're picking up. Actually, a bunch of them in the front row die that have been trying to hit Stan. Once they provoke the attack of opportunity from a couple of trees, all the fire damage they've taken and arrows that are pin cushioning them and just general weight of blows, it does wipe out a whole bunch from the front. But there are a lot more surging forward, just pushing each other past each other. The dead ones in the front just become giant, quote-unquote, human shields, and they're just grabbing their brethren and pushing forward with them. Stan, I'm going to need you to make me 2 charisma saves.
So 25 and 13.
So you will take 17 and 19 psychic damage. Oh, wait, no, you won't. Sorry, never mind, Stan. Every time I forget that you're immune to just damage, just tell me. That's every time I try to do damage to you, just say ha-ha or something. So the eyes make contact and they are bewildered as you don't react. A few of the giants are starting to get the drift, like, what's with this guy? Subtle. But meanwhile, they surge forward under the legs of the boulette, past each other. You will have an attack of opportunity on one of them if you want it. If that's you do have a reaction, at least one of them is breaking melee with you. That is a hit.
Oh, 9 damage.
That's enough. That one, the one right that had been trying to hit you for the longest, had taken the most punishment in return, and just felled, like scorched arrows across its torso. And that is the giants. They are surging forward. They haven't made it to Snailroot yet, but it won't be long.
Oh, and nope. Did they disengage my elk?
Lawrence will also get a reaction.
On just one or more? 19.
You only have one reaction.
Oh, yeah. Fair. Question with the giant elk. It has ram and hooves. I've been using hooves. So would that be a hooves attack? I don't know what it's... What I can do on a... What Lawrence can do on a...
Basic melee. Whatever's its melee attack.
Oh, they're both melee.
Choose one.
Great.
Whichever.
Higher damage. For the win. Hooves. 17 damage.
All right.
Oh,
Snailroot heals everyone for 33 damage, or 33 health.
He's just the best.
Bolstering that line.
Good boy.
And is also wise enough to see the writing on the wall and backs away from the surge of giants. Like, oh, I see the recount. I know that I'm the, yeah. He knows how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Struana, how about that save?
How's 19? Does 19 get me there?
19 gets you there.
Thank God. Can I do something now?
That was the end of your turn. You got to make the save. Everything was going so slow, and then it was going so fast, and now you think you're finally in a nice place.
Okay. I'll keep waiting. It's fine. Fine, whatever.
The trees move to choke up the space and attempt to cluster around Snailroot, basically, continuing to take fully defensive teamwork actions. The forest moves to intercept them. Stan.
So, I'm going to look at this asshole that's sitting on me, or near me. On me, you said I'm restrained.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on him.
Okay.
So anything level, third level or lower is automatically dispelled, and I get a roll for anything higher than that.
Okay. Give me 2 rolls.
Let me mark this down first. Okay. And that is... It's DC 10. The DC is 10 plus the spell's level. And I use my spell casting ability, which I believe is +7. Yeah, spell attack bonus. 15. The first one, and 17 on the second one.
Both hit.
Yeah.
Wait. Once again, this was against...
His spells. The DC is
10
plus the spell level.
10 plus spell level. That's what I needed. All right. Noted. You feel several spells yield to your holy intrusion upon them. He gets visibly less quick.
Right, he does. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As a legendary action, do you have more turn?
Yeah. So that is an action trying to get out of restrained, a movement 0, so I think that's all I can do.
Okay.
And then Lawrence is gonna go and what is Lawrence gonna do?
Well, first, at the end of your action, I need you to make me a charisma save.
Let me roll my d4 here. And I don't take damage.
Oh.
10
Baylor has just discovered that nothing he does matters to you. Son of...
I took all your cool stuff and can't hit me.
Alright, well, so much for that legendary action. How'd Lawrence do? Lawrence is not going to hit with that. Unless he's going against a Fomorian.
That was me rolling the charisma save.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But Lawrence rolled a natural 1, so...
Worse. Can I get an acrobat? Let's call it a dexterity save from Lawrence.
Yeah, let me check these stats here. Oh. Screwed that up. 17.
Okay, that's enough. Lawrence trips and falls underneath the beast, and it like has to scramble not to get trampled by giants.
That's my turn.
All right. Baylor commands the beast to leap, and it does so. It is going to draw several attacks of opportunity, none of which seem to connect with any meaningful impact.
Do I get one?
Lovelace will.
That's I meant by I meant to grab.
I forgot. There's a lot going on, and you guys are the smallest things on the field.
That's why I pointed it out. 16.
Yeah. Sorry. Yep. Thick hide. And as his action, he turns in the saddle and catches none of you. However, all of the trees in that area including Snailroot and the two tree ants. Again, that eye opens up and that just wave moves forward, and you just see the withering effect it has on plant life. Just a scorched cone across the marshes, and sterilizes the water, and the trees like just wither. The animated trees take it the worst, but everybody in that cone is just... Oh, it's not good. Like, Snailroot is clearly badly hurt. For good measure, as a legendary action at the end of the Baylor of the Bullet's turn, it attempts 3 Eldritch Blasts, and you can tell he's not good at these. just flinging out little bolts of magic that bounce harmlessly off the plates around Snailroot's trunk and hanging from his branches. ClickClack.
Does he look at all beat up at this point?
He's in rough shape. Like, he's clearly been through some combat, and he and Snailroot had been going rounds for a while before you guys got there.
I'm just shooting him a couple times.
Okay.
Again. Uh, 18 and a natural 20.
Well, one of those will hit.
Mm-hmm. And he's not in melee with anybody.
No.
Right?
No.
Okay. So 70 damage.
Even with the general, like, lessening of damage, like, that one clearly rocked him, just like right between the shoulder blade and the spine, and like he falls forward in the saddle for a moment.
As far as resistances, that part of my attack is lightning.
Good to know. If you could let me know the lightning separately.
Yeah, that's my bad. I completely forgot. Every single one of these has done a d6 of lightning damage.
Okay.
It's part of my basic attack.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could attack again.
Don't you have 2 attacks?
Well, the first one was an 18.
Oh, yes, you did have 2 attacks. You are blessed. I will point that out. I'll continue to remind the blessed folks they're blessed. It's a D4 on that first attack. Might hit.
Oh, okay, sure.
You've only got a couple more rounds of that, so enjoy it while it lasts.
Does a 21 hit?
A 21 does hit.
Yes, okay. 34 more damage.
I'm just going to call the last 6 in the line the lightning damage, just for purposes of keeping it fast.
Right. Which was 6 damage this time.
Right? Solid. Movement, bonus actions, anything else?
That's an excellent question. He's clearly going towards Snailroot, right?
No, he seems to be headed for the keep.
Oh, you bitch. Okay.
With a burr in his saddle.
The keep is north?
Yes, north on the map.
Here's a question. Is that in within 10 feet reach?
No. It's where it actually starts coloring, not the white part. For purposes of scale.
Question. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, might as well move up if I'm not attacking. Lovelace is moving into melee, but she doesn't have time to attack.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
The giants are getting stuck in amongst the trees and starting to filter out of the pile. It's like it's essentially like washing water through roots. It begins to sift through and separate out the the sediment, as it were. And that is sort of what's happening. The giants are still overwhelming in numbers, and more are still streaming out of the fog.
They love to reproduce.
Snail Root is going to the plates hanging in Snail Root's branches and sort of wrapped around his trunk begin to give off sort of an eerie luminescence, and he becomes, sort of fades out of existence, become translucent, and then disappears like is one with the fog, completely invisible.
Nice.
He probably would have told you that in worst case situations he can go ethereal. That's seems to be what's happened. Struana, yay! You're here.
Arbitrarily riding the back of a giant crab. Sure. And finally a little bit oriented to what's going on, and she starts playing something really complicated. It's like 5/24. Like, this is one of those things they teach you in school just to make it difficult for you, which is to say I'm going to cast Polymorph on Baylor.
Okay. What kind of save is that?
Wisdom.
Oh.
I approve wholeheartedly.
Counter spells as a reaction.
Motherfuck.
What level is that spell, though?
4th. I can make it 5th. And honestly, she's so overreacting to everything right now, she'd probably cast it as a 5th level spell just to be like, fuck you in particular.
Okay, but next time, remember to announce it.
Yeah.
DC is, so that was a 15. He fails his counterspell. Carry on. I will go ahead and make a save now. That wisdom save we talked about earlier. Oh. Rolled an 18. Anybody have anything that hurts his saves? He doesn't have disadvantage for any reason. Sorry, everybody.
Okay, I got another one. We just have to try again.
Bonus actions, anything else?
Assume that Pinguino.
Okay.
I want him to be a penguin. Like,
next time.
is there any way we can distract him so that I can destroy him? Over the earphone thing?
I can try, but it's risky.
I did dispel him.
I really have to pee. This keeps happening.
All right, we will go quick, and we're going to wrap up here pretty soon. It's getting late. 2 more trees. Look at that grapple. Once again, the trees throw themselves onto the legs and arms of this creature, slowing it down, bringing it down to no speed once again. The giants continue to be thinned out and clustered out. I mean, the trees are taking heavy damage during this point. Stan, trapped under a giant general's ass.
Yep. What is this mount looking like health wise? Is it hurting?
It doesn't seem to mind anything that, I mean, it has noticed some of these blows, but it doesn't seem super phased by them.
And the giants spoke common earlier, right? They understood that when I tried to command them. But
Yes.
The spell failed, but
Yes, you rolled a 1 to find out, and I double bluffed you. Yes, they do spell. They do speak common.
yeah. We just want to hurt it. I don't know. Oh, I'm still stuck. That's the other part.
You are restrained. Take an athletics check to get you out.
You know, I'm actually, because I found my cooler spell. I'm gonna cast Crusader's Mantle, which only takes verbal component, and so that drops bless.
Okay.
But it lets everyone that's in the 30-foot radius around me deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage.
Okay. Noted. And that's on attacks?
Yeah.
Okay. So extra damage on attacks, everybody.
And all that includes all the trees that are around me.
Right, within 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus actions, movement? Not movement. Bonus action.
No bonus actions, but my mount, which I think got left over here somewhere.
Yes.
It's gonna just start slaying giants.
Okay. Well, give me some rolls for that.
No. Well, no bless. 8, so doubtful.
At the end of your turn, Stan, Baylor shifts his shoulders forward and from his spine opens up the eye again. And ClickClack, Struana, Lovelace, and a whole grip of trees and giants, interestingly, get to make some saves.
Charisma?
Yes.
Oh, though that's good for me.
This one's Constitution. I'm sorry. Nope, it was Charisma. It was Charisma.
So good.
Do I make that one?
Yes, Stan, you're in this one too.
As it turns out, Dwarf Bard good at charisma and constitution.
13.
20.
I got a 6. Lovelace got a 14.
So you'll all take the full 18 damage, and you, Stan, you can see now like bruises, impact marks, welts, arrow shaft marks. Like this thing is sucking life out of everything in that cone, including you. You can feel like you're right next to the eye. You can feel it like leaving your face and going into him. The pain you feel is feeding it. And
I don't take the damage, right?
I know. You're right.
Thomas, has anything else walked into the Guardian of Faith?
Yes, I should have mentioned it has definitely expended all its damage on giants, by the way. Like the first wave of giants took a whole grip of radiant damage, and then Ziggy Stardust left the building, no encores. Yeah. Too soon. Where was I? Being sad. That's where I was. Trees have teamwork. Trees. Man, you'd think trees would work at a team better. It's called a forest, fellas. The creature breaks away again from the trees, and at this point, Lovelace will get a reaction attack. You get an attack of opportunity. There's a couple of others that do. Stan, you're seated firmly on it, and it leaps up. It vaults onto the road that is crisscrossing and sidewinding up. And rather than attempting to navigate the turns, it just grabs, pulls up, and just shoots through the stone and hillside under it, and is just going underneath and through. You can see it like shooting through the gaps between the winding road, and it won't be long before it reaches Gloomhollow Keep, and that is the perfect place to cut action for tonight. Wrapping up anything, ClickClack?
My attack.
The 21?
Yeah.
Does not hit.
Damn.
Man, polymorph would have been so great.
And you're not blessed anymore. So, it is bounding up toward the building. However, the giants seem to be handled. Like the army is winnowing away. You see far fewer streaming out of the mist, and the trees are handling it. Snailroot, however, is nowhere to be seen. The Vicomte is dead, and God only knows what's going to happen at the race to Gloomhollow Keep. Everybody give me one last perception test.
16.
27.
21 is good as well. So Stan, you can hear, or you see up in the top reaches of the fog, way up in the terraced bowl of this great depression of Gloomhollow, you see sparkling lights of yellows and reds and blues and much brighter colors than the shimmerlings. The other two of you can pick out the sound of a cavalry charge. Like the only thing you remember sounding exactly like this was the rugby game outside the Adamant Stronghold only a few days ago. ClickClack, it is definitely a centaur charge, and the reinforced the cavalry is coming, but they're not here yet. They're at least a few minutes out. Who knows if you'll hold that long? We'll all find out though next week. It only seems dire. You guys are doing great. From all of us here at GameBreakers, David, Allison, Diamond, I am Thomas. This is A Bard's Tale. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit like. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. And if you want to see it get better, check our links down in the doobly-doo. Till then, have a good game.
I'm out of third level spells, guys.
Oh my God, I am
Sucker.